Thank you everybody for coming out today. Today we're talking about an expansion of a program that we started in the last several years, and we call it Food Rescue. And people ask us all the time, what is food rescue? And what it simply means is we have large-scale events in the city of Albuquerque, from the Balloon Fiesta to the Renaissance Festival in one instance, Isotopes Park, where we have a lot of people coming out enjoying time with their family and their friends. But at the end of the evening, at the end of the day, there are thousands of pounds of food that are left over, and we want to make sure that we get that food into the hands of some of our great local nonprofits like Roadrunner Food Bank, Noonday Ministries, and others, so that we can feed those in our community that are homeless. And today we are working to expand this program, and we've got a number of people with us here that I'd like you to meet and talk to about this important initiative. We've got Melody Wattenbarger, who is the president and CEO of Roadrunner Food Bank. I've got Danny Watley, who's the director of Noonday Ministries, and we've got Patrick Queenie, who's the general manager of Ovation Food Services here at Isotopes Park. So we're certainly proud to partner with all of the folks here on making sure that this food gets put to use and not thrown away in our community. As you know, Ovations is the vendor at Isotopes Baseball, which is why we are here at Isotopes Park today. And our thanks to Isotopes general managers John Traub and their entire organization for hosting us today. We also have representatives here from our city environmental and our Albuquerque Environmental Health Department. We've got Mary Lou Leonard is here with several of her staff to talk about this food rescue program. According to foodrescue.net, more than 40% of the food in the United States goes to waste. 40% of the food in the United States goes to waste. Hunger relief organizations do a great job to try to capture a significant amount of this leftover food by what I said earlier, which is a food rescue program. It's defined as the practice of safely retrieving edible food that would otherwise go to waste and distributing it to those in need. Food rescue keeps good and edible food from being thrown away, and it keeps it out of our landfills. And for the city of Albuquerque, it started with last year's Balloon Fiesta, where we had a great local entrepreneur, Jim Schumacher from the Cooperage, and a lot of you covered that, and I appreciate it, who recognized that there were thousands of pounds of food from special events that were going unused as part of the Balloon Fiesta. The partnership between the city's Environmental Health Department and local hunger relief organizations at that time introduced the idea of rescuing this prepared food, which is a new concept in New Mexico. Roadrunner Food Bank, that works both with our Environmental Health Department and our affiliated feeding agencies, work to coordinate the details of rescuing the food in large-scale public events. City Environmental Health then provides the food safety guidance to ensure that the food can quickly and safely be transported, utilizing our other partners to ensure that the food gets from the vendor to the events where they're needed. I'd like to take this opportunity once again to thank our entire staff from EHD, including Director Mary Lou Leonard and Teresa Alling, who's been instrumental in making this happen. As I said, the program continues to grow, and it was recently utilized in conjunction with Cultural Services Renaissance Festival and their food vendors with a Firecracker Cafe, once again where the food was put to great use. So I'm going to let some of the other partners talk about their roles in this particular and important enterprise that we have, but I just want to leave you with this one quote, or with this one statistic. To date, the Environmental Health Department and the Roadrunner Food Bank estimate that more than 11,000 pounds of food has been rescued from these large-scale events, providing over 9,300 meals to hungry people throughout the city of Albuquerque. With that, I would like to have Melody Wattenbarger come up. She is the CEO of Roadrunner Food Bank, and give you a little bit of information from her standpoint on what this initiative means to her organization. Melody, thank you.
New Mexico is one of the hungriest states in our country. We actually lead the nation for childhood hunger. We are the worst in the nation for childhood hunger, and we are fourth in the nation for overall hunger. And right here in Bernalillo County, we estimate that there are about 110,000 people who are at risk at hunger all the time. And nearly half of those people are children. The problem is enormous, and we know that we always need to do more, because there is always a gap between hungry people and the food that they need. Throughout our history, we have had a secondary mission, and that is to rescue food that would otherwise go to waste. We were founded with that as the basis 34 years ago, and it is still the most important source of food that we have. And we're here today to celebrate a new way of rescuing food, and that is through these large public events like the mayor was telling us about. Initially, we worked with the City of Albuquerque Environmental Health and with Ovations and other vendors to test out the concept. And we tested it out with the Balloon Fiesta, and it worked. It really, really worked. And we have been rescuing food through large events in conjunction with the city ever since. We needed strong partners to pick up the food, handle it safely, and that's very important with this kind of food, that it has to be handled safely and quickly. And the environmental health people helped us make sure that happened. And we found partners to pick up the food and do exactly that. We want to give a special thanks to Danny Watley and Noonday Ministries. We approached them about this brand new idea. They were not frightened. They had courage in going into the Balloon Fiesta and picking up the food, and they are still our primary partner in picking up the food at any of these kinds of activities. They paved the way, and there are other partners involved now. Joy Junction and St. Martin's Hospitality Center are also involved in working with us in this way. And Roadrunner works with hundreds of partners, so as time goes on and this gets larger, we'll be able to identify other partners to help participate in rescuing food in this exciting new way. You know, true collaborations like this one are difficult to put together, and they are the only thing that we believe will have any possibility of moving the needle either on food waste or on hunger. Those are two huge problems in our country, and unless we work together to solve them, it will never happen. So we are honored to have played a very small part in bringing together these wonderful partners that you're going to hear from today, and we look forward to many, many years of rescuing food from public events throughout our community and actually throughout our state. So thank you.
Melody, thank you so much. Appreciate your partnership. Melody, thank you so much. Roadrunner Food Bank really is one of the premier food banks in the country, and we are proud to have them in Albuquerque. And if you haven't had an opportunity to go to their facility, it's a great place to go. It's also a great place for students and kids to go down and get public service hours. I know my family's been down there working with them. They're always looking for volunteers to come down and package food and just help them do their great work. So there are, if you can see fit to help out Roadrunner, that's good stuff. I'm going to bring Danny Watley up next, and Danny is the director of Noonday Ministries. And for those of you who were watching the news last week, the First Baptist site was approved for purchase by the Regents of the University of New Mexico, and it will be the new home for Innovate ABQ, a great new initiative in the city of Albuquerque for an innovation district right there at the center of it. Well, Noonday Ministries is going to be moving to a new home, and we're really pulling for them, and maybe Danny can update you on that a little bit as well. But Noonday does such tremendous work in our community. I want to have Danny come up and say a few things about what this program means to his organization.
As the mayor said, I'm Danny Watley, director at Noonday Ministry, and we are being evicted and building a new building, and we're excited about that and about the new opportunity to serve our community. But as Melody was speaking, and we're talking about the food rescue that's going on here at the Isotopes and the Renaissance Fair and the Balloon Fiesta, that didn't just happen by accident. There was a lot of meetings. Teresa with Environmental Health was instrumental in getting that done, seeing food go to waste, and then realizing that there was a home for it and a place for it. And she would literally be upset and emotional when she would see all this food that was not served or not sold that day and have to be thrown away. So from that, we've met several times. This last event with the Ovations, Patrick and Kevin, his kitchen manager, we've been able to operate that. We first started that program picking up at 4 events, that was all. The hot dog events that they have here and the family day events. And then Kevin asked, what am I going to do with all this food we have left over at a regular game? so we started picking that up. And so going from 4 events, we've just grown substantially. And every home game, the Ovations folks are giving us tons of food. We delivered 300 pounds of hot dogs to Joy Junction the other day. St. Martin's has gotten several hundred pounds of this stuff. It's going to the feeding sites that are actually feeding the homeless and those that can't afford to eat. We have a couple that comes to Noonday that they live on a fixed income. The lady, Jean, has had a stroke, and her husband is her 24-hour caregiver. And they come to Noonday for the company and the fellowship, but also for the food. And we're able to serve quality food and food in quantity because of all the donations and the programs that we've had through Roadrunner Food Bank and through the Ovations with the isotopes. So we're just the recipient of this and involved in this, and we appreciate the opportunity to serve our community. And it takes a village, folks. It really does. Without Roadrunner Food Bank and the environmental health folks being the lead, and then pulling us other agencies in, and then the willing partners of Ovations and Isotopes and the city, we wouldn't be able to do it. It's saving us 35 to 40% on our food budget every year. So I'm just here to say thank you, and we appreciate this program and look for it to grow. I'm going to have to buy another truck though if we don't get it, if it grows much more. But again, I appreciate the opportunity to say thank you today.
Thanks so much, man. Appreciate all you do. Thank you, Danny, for all that Noonday does in our community. Good luck with your move, and look forward to be there to celebrate with you when that happens. All of this happens because we have corporate partners. Somebody has to make the food. There has to be events. People have to come to Isotopes Park to make this happen, and there's leftover food because of that. And this wouldn't happen without individuals like Patrick Queenie, who's the general manager of Ovations, who does the food service here at Isotopes Park, stepping up, or Jim Schumacher from the Cooperage, for example, stepping up and saying, yeah, let's make this work. We're willing to do this as a corporate partner in your community. So I'd like to have Patrick come up and give you a few words from the standpoint of what Ovations looks at from this program.
Hello. We are very appreciative of this opportunity to partner with the city of Albuquerque and the Isotopes to help feed the needy of New Mexico. This program provides a great venue for us to benefit the community with unused food that we have left over here after games here at the Isotopes Park. In May alone, we were able to donate over 2,200 pounds and are looking forward to continuing our donations throughout the season. The Environmental Health Department has been a great partner ensuring the food is safely transported to Roadrunner Food Bank, Noonday Ministries, and those in need. I would again just like to say on behalf of Ovations how thankful we are to be part of this program. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Patrick. Thank you. I see John Traub just walked up. He's the GM here at Isotopes Park. John, thank you for your partnership in this. This makes a big difference. It's you have a great organization here where we value your partnership in our city, and thank you for being willing to step up to do this with us.
Thank you. It's an initiative that we're proud to be a part of. It's really.
You want to say it? Come on up here. You weren't going to speak.
I don't.
Come on up, man.
If I would have known, I would have combed my hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're thrilled to partner with the city. This is a really important thing. The Isotopes and Ovations have really become part of the fabric of this community since we started, and to be part of something like this is really important to us. So we're just honored and thrilled that you all wanted to get involved with us, and that has gone so well. So thank you so much.
John Traub, thank you so much.
Thanks, Karen.
Well, I'm just really pleased that we were able to get government together with the private sector and get our regulators in the city of Albuquerque, those that keep you safe when you're out eating with your family, to see kind of past just the regulatory environment, look for opportunities to help those in our community that are doing great work for the homeless and for those who are going hungry in our community. This is what collaboration looks like. We're very proud of it, and I'm proud of our team, and I'm proud of our corporate partners, and I'm proud of all those like Noonday, Joy Junction, Roadrunner Food Bank, St. Martin's Hospitality Center, all those people that are coming together to make Albuquerque a wonderful place to live. And when you need a hand up in Albuquerque, there's someone there to really help you out. So really proud as a mayor.